What's up, guys? Welcome back to Build Again. Today, it's back to work on our 1986 Honda Helix CN250. And in this episode, it's time to start getting this thing all tore down so we can address what's going on this thing. So I think we're going to go ahead and start from the front, maybe get the windshield off, get that lower panel off. Everything needs to come off from the inside since all of that is going to get painted. We'll take the lower ones off because there's some repairs that need to be done. And everything around the motor needs to come off so I have full access to it. That way we can go through and make sure that everything is getting fixed and we're not leaking from anywhere. The last thing I want is to have problems on a long commute. And so I need to make sure that everything's addressed on this thing. But before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building. Now, I know we just started this project, but this thing's going to be done really fast because it is my commuter, or at least it's going to be. So, we're going to get through this thing, and the next project's already sitting at the shop, and I'm already accumulating parts for it. So, it's definitely going to be a fun one, and we'll be there in no time. So make sure you're subscribed and those post notifications are turned on so you don't miss out. But with all that being said, let's get started. So I went ahead and got all the front and middle body panels off of it. The glove box is out, and holy moly, is she dirty. She is filthy underneath those body panels. They were hiding quite a bit of stuff. Looks like it may have had some mice, quite a bit of spiders living in there. But I'm really glad I took it all off because these fuel lines don't look too hot. They've all seen better days. I did order a new fuel filter, but all these fuel lines are really, really rough. So I'm going to go ahead and order what I need for this. So that way all the fuel lines can get taken care of and replaced, because that's a fire waiting to happen. And speaking of fire waiting to happen, I decided to take this thing on the freeway last night and stretch her legs and see what she's got. And she did a nice 75 miles an hour, and then the rev limiter hit in. But for a moment, she totally fell on her face and kind of coughed. And I noticed, I think this boot for the carburetor is leaking, because I don't know if you guys can really see in there. Yeah, it doesn't look like you guys can really see, but underneath, all down the cylinder there, is covered in gasoline. So she was definitely leaking. If you look up here, let's see, you can see right there where it's all wet and leaking. I did order one. It's just going to be a little bit to get here. I read that it was a common problem on these, and so I figured just to be safe and go ahead and order it, so I had it. And it looks like maybe I should have ordered two so I have one in case I ever need it again. But at least we got what we need to fix that. So I think we're going to go through, give this puppy a bath, because holy moly, she needs it. I don't think I'm going to pull these back panels off. I don't know, maybe next episode I may get a wild hair and decide to pull them all off. But I'm just looking at it and I'm like, honestly, I don't need to take them off. I can get to the air filter under here with that lower panel that's off here. Oh, I'm totally pointing you guys to the fence. Yeah, with this, we got the air filter right up under here. I mean, everything else, spark plugs up top here. That insulator intake thing is right there. Fuel filter's down there. Fuel lines all up here. Our coolant hoses are up here. I really don't think I need to take those off, but we'll see. So, let me get you guys set up. We'll go ahead, clean all this, give her a bath, and then we'll probably call it a wrap on this episode. And then in the next one, maybe we'll address the little visor here, the windshield, and maybe start prepping everything to paint on the inside before we come back to doing stuff, because I'm still waiting for some stuff to show up for this thing. So with all that being said, let's keep going. Alright guys, so after another long day, we managed to go ahead and get all the body panels off the front and middle of this thing, only leaving those rears on there. I know I said I was going to take them all off, but I may take them off at a later point, but right now there's nothing I need to take off of there. I do need to do the lenses, but none of that's shown up yet, so I may as well just keep waiting, leave it together, and focus on stuff that I do have. And this has now allowed me to order even more stuff so I can address everything that this thing does need. So before we get out of here, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building. Like I said before, we're going to get this thing done pretty quick. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can, that way I can get this thing on the road and be ready to ride. So with all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace!